Hello, everyone, anyone, and welcome to RimWorld. I am Ziyal. Why RimWorld? Why right now? Well, RimWorld is a colony simulator, like it just says right there, like right by the guy. It's kind of got a mix of a science fiction slash Western element. It's kind of, you build the colony, you have to survive against certain threats, and it's driven by an intelligent AI narrator. Anyway, why am I doing it now? The other question is basically because this game is going to be released for Steam for early access July 15th. So I wanted to show the current build of the game that I've had I got this like maybe 9 months ago, maybe even a year ago actually. It was one of the last games I really got into before I started recording. So I wanted to show this game off to you guys because I think it's pretty cool. I've already taken the liberty to create a world, but the idea behind it is that you kind of just choose a whatever sort of thing, randomize your seed, or you can use seeds. Like, let's just say you want to play the same exact world that I make. Well, boom, generate the world. Boom, this is what we've generated. And to let you know, these are all different land masses. The idea is that you're going to have to survive on wherever place you land in what part of the world that you do land in. Some of them are going to be nice to you, some of them are not, in terms of like your resources and how you're going to gather things. But it's really kind of one of those, let's see when we're in the game, shall we? So what I was going to do is going to hit myself a new colony. These are where the AI storytellers come in. The idea is that Cassandra Classic is kind of your gently sloping up difficulty sort of thing based upon your challenge level that you put on there, to where events are going to happen, but it's going to happen kind of in a linear progression, giving you a story to your colony. Then we're going to give ourselves Phoebe Shellax. She's going to become like less frequent elements are going to happen, so you have more time to build up your base and kind of get yourself ready for the next time you might be in trouble from the various enemies that come in the game. And there's good old Randy Random, which is, just look at him. I mean, come on. I mean, he looks like he belongs in Borderlands or something. He just looks like an ass. So, anyway, Cassandra Classic, and really, you can play the game on Challenge and Extreme. I've done this, but it's been a while for me, plus the new updates, so we're going to be going with Rough. Now, yeah, this is the new planet I just made, so let's go, old Alzir it is. Now, the joy of all this is picking a landing spot. Now, just as a general rule of thumb, further south you go, the more you're going to run into temperatures are going to be higher. I have it in Fahrenheit because America and such. Basically, the difference between Fahrenheit and Celsius. I think the difference between Fahrenheit and Celsius is like minus 20 degrees divided by 2 will give you the centigrade for the most part. But the idea is what you want is, you have to grow crops. You can also see, hey, look, over here is some faction base. I've never actually built on the same area as a faction, but you see how it goes. What I recommend is finding yourself a nice area, tropical rainforest. You want to if you want to try something, I would recommend something along the lines of a nice temperate forest with good mountains in it. Let's see, it's a temperate forest at about this, mountainous, gets lots of rainfall. It's got different types of things. It's kind of like just telling you what's going on here. Alright, bully. Sounds good. We'll land there. Okay, now, here's where the real meat of the game comes in, okay? And I'll give a very quick explanation of how this goes. Is that you start off with 3 different colonists. These colonists are going to be able to do things automatically on AI, and people who have been here, if you donated to the game or got the extra pack, it shows you what you're going to have. Generally speaking, they're all going to have different ages. This guy's already level 18, but health. Oh no, he's got a stab scar on his left leg. So that's going to impact his ability to do some things. Like he's going to be able to do this. Also, their childhood and adulthood is like, okay, he's a sickly child, so he's better in medicine and research. But his adulthood, he's got better in mining and research, so he's actually pretty good in these categories in terms of what you do. Kind of going through the basic gist of them: shooting, guns, melee, self-explanatory, social, talking to people, so for trading plus negotiating prisoners, animal husbandry, let's just call it that, befriending animals, medicine, healing your people up, cooking, construction, actually making stuff. And these numbers, growing crops, mining, how fast you mine, artistic, be able to make art stuff, crafting, be able to craft gear, research, how fast they're able to craft things. So, the idea behind it is that these little flames next to it tell you that they learn things faster. If you don't have a flame next to it, you learn it at a slower pace. The bigger the number, the better they're going to be at it. So his mining at 10 is going to be a heck of a lot better than the mining at 1. Now, what you want to really watch out for is these are traits and certain other things. Like, they're basically going to make it so that they're going to be very difficult to deal with. Like, okay, this person won't fight and is incapable of talking to people. That's cool, don't get me wrong. And it's cool to kind of go over random assortment of colonists. Since this is my first time going through the game, wanting to show you and hopefully not completely sucking, I'll just take a minute here and kind of hit the randomize button. This person actually isn't that terrible. They're incapable of dumb labor, though. That's the annoying part, as dumb labor basically means like they won't pick up stuff. But, so we'll hit the randomize button a few times. And see, some of these people, look, the thing they added in this new version is that good old Katsumi is the son, or Luddite is the son of Katsumi. So they actually like each other more because of this, which is kind of neat, I gotta admit. Now, the problem is that they're pessimists, and their moods are very much a big deal in this game. Yeah. That's actually a female. Or name. Okay. Oh, it's Helen. I should call them by their first name. Colon. Anyway. But Helen, or Helene. Beautiful, psychonically deaf, and pessimist, permanent mood thing. Incapable of crafting, but hey, we got some crafting over here. What I like to look for when it comes to all these sort of things, she has a passion for this. I mean, she's going to be very helpful later, if you will, and she kind of can do a little bit of everything, and why not? She knows somebody else, so we'll say you're here. Alright, now let's mess around with him. Like, there's some cool things. Optimist is nice because, hey, they're in a better mood all the time. But you kind of look at this, incapable of caring, firefighting, scary, social. That's way too much stuff to be messed around with. Incapable of carrying. Oh, that's for medicine, basically. So we'll just hit the random button a few times. It don't have to be completely perfect, but for example, you want to somebody who's like he's like 90 years old. You don't really want to pick up because they probably got enough health injuries to keep going for quite some time. Like, look at this guy, amazing at social and animals and medicine, but will not slothful, won't do anything else. You know, it makes things. Oh, look at this. It's the whole family of them. Sister and nephew. Okay, she's sensitive. A jogger means they move faster. She's not incapable of doing anything. She's decent at medicine. Kind of a jack of all trades type of character. And we have the whole family. So, okay, it's going to be the Colon family. Is what we're going to be going with. The only thing I'm concerned with, well, we have a cook. We don't have a great cook, but... and... Kasumi won't construct things. So these are just things you have to remember. Some of them won't craft, some of them won't do some of these things. We have a researcher. We definitely have a researcher in her. Like, dang, we have a researcher in her. Okay, so that's basically the gist. There's more information for each one. Like, it'll kind of let you know, like, oh, okay, this is their maximum temperature, how psychic sensitivity there are. That's really kind of stuff will happen. Their mental break threshold, like, what's their chance of, you know, going completely crazy, all this sort of stuff. There's a lot of different things here. Character stuff, that's what we've seen before, tells you their health records, and records of, if you see them in game, how much stuff they've done. I think this will kind of matter more when you've had a bunch of different games and can kind of see them. And for the record, you can switch up their names a little bit, but some of them are going to have their short identifier because these are people who've paid for the game and done so. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Let's go. We have the Colon family. Alright, let's hope this turns out well. And there we go. Three of you wake in your cryosleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens of ripping metal. You barely get to escape pods before your ship is torn apart. Sometime later, land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of your shredded starship fall around you, you're making plans to survive. Boom. That music. That's all I need to know. It's good. Okay, anyway. The second things start, I recommend pause the game because you got a lot of stuff in front of you. And you kind of have to see what is in the world. Okay, we definitely have a big mountainous area over here. We've got big mountains down here. There's going to be some stuff. There's going to be animals. Look, there's a whole herd of bucks. There's going to be some pre-existing buildings that are around here. These are steam geysers for later use of energy, if you will. And I mean, it looks like this entire thing is made out of iron. And that's kind of or steel, excuse me. That's kind of a nice find. What is this? Compacted machinery. Assuming that's for components and such. But the idea is that you want to find a position to where hopefully you can make your base and start off. It's kind of nice when you land near, say, some structures that are already partially built, i.e. like this, so you can kind of make a starting point, a little reference area. You can claim this area as your own to help them start out. But it's really up to this. Oh, and you get yourself a dog. Well, we got ourselves an 11-year-old warg, basically. So think of a wolf or whatever. Needs obedience training. The health is fine, does good. Okay, so there we go. See, there's going to be a lot of little settings and things I'll explain along the way. First thing you kind of want to do is you want to take everything that's kind of near the crash site and you want to just go, okay, pick that up. That's cool. Then you want to try to go to your character. Look around and say, okay, who's my best shooter again? I think you actually can switch your colonists like this. Okay, our best shooter is Katsumi. So you will equip the survival knife, or the survival weapon. What is this? That's a tree. Plasteel knife. So who's our best melee? Click on it. Click on it. There you go. And who's our best melee person? Yeah, character. Some buttons, you'll have to bear with me as I get to this. No, you're not good at it. You are. So, equip the plasteel knife. Okay. Then that means Eric here is going to be stuck with a normal pistol. Now, these are just kind of the weapons you start with. And that'll be the way that this all kind of begins in terms of, now very slowly you'll see them go pick up their weapons, and they're doing stuff. Okay. One of the big things that I like to do is the second the game starts out is that see what you have. Okay, apparently we have one people who don't currently hate us. Everyone else is hostile, and that's that. Is basically you can restrict what they're going to wear. Kind of make it, you can restrict, it's kind of like maybe say prison architect, where you can assign when people do things, whether or not what activities they're going to do. But the idea is that I kind of like to start them off just being able to do anything, because hopefully they'll manage themselves pretty well, and we'll fine-tune it as things go along, shall we say. Okay, so beyond that point, yay, they've equipped stuff, but what's the point of these things being unrestricted if we don't have a place to haul them to? So, generally speaking, it'd be nice if we had a nice... oh, that's jade. There's some cool stuff around here. So, like, there's this part of me that's very much like, I kind of want to build into this area, if you will, because it's got some good things going around it. There's some nice cutoff points here, because you have to think about the idea that you're going to be getting invaded. So choosing where you start kind of matters, and the more you can limit the options for the enemy, kind of the better. In my, that's just my 2 cents about the whole thing. So what I think I'm going to do is I think that I'm going to just say, because we have a geyser here, we have all this cool stuff here, we can dig into the mountain as well. We are going to set zone and areas. So you have a stockpile zone, right? So the idea is a stockpile zone is where you're going to lay all of your stuff. And the idea is lay your stuff in there in order for people to know, okay, I want basically everyone to prioritize, I think you just have to pick one person. Prioritize hauling wood. Some of them aren't going to do that, prioritizing hauling wood and that sort of thing. They're not a hauler. Oh, that's the other thing you have to do. You want to make sure that you go to actually needs. And it's amazing how much you forget as time goes by. History, statistics, research, aha, here we go. Manual priorities. Okay, because right now everything's just a big check mark, and that's cool. But what you want to do is that it goes from priority from left to right. So you want everyone, if there's a fire, dear God, set off the fire. All right, that's a good one. If who's our best doctor? 7 out of 10. You're our best doctor. You'll be our secondary doctor, if you will. Bed rest is usually always a good idea because if someone's hurt, they're hurt, you know? They can be our third doctor or third things. This is the ability to flick switches on and off when you have the ability to do so. Warden is who we want, whoever's got the social skills. And that is one thing that I did not bring along to this party. I will tell you what, I've done a good job when it comes to this. Who's our best cooker? You are our best cooker. God help us. Hunting. It's kind of a mix of your skills and such. You're actually not that terrible at hunting. Okay. Constructing. They're all kind of decent at it. Repair will kind of go here. 0, 0. Yep. Okay, and growing is very important, right? So growing will be your #1 priority there. And be your secondary priority. Mining. That's the one thing that we're not lacking for is mining. So we're gonna put these up, and we'll mess with this a little bit later. Cutting out plants is considered dumb labor, if you will. These you don't really have to worry about because we're not gonna be smithing and doing stuff like that first. But cleaning is nice to have around, but it's kind of like your last little bit. Another thing you want to do is this little thing right here is that it's considered your home zone. So your home area, it automatically, because I made the stockpile around there, decided that was going to be my home base. Okay, so orders are we are going to production. No. Power would be nice, but really it's about surviving that first night. It's not so we can do sleeping spots or we can do wood. We have enough wood and we can chop down wood, right? That what we're gonna do is we'll make our first little area, say flip it around using WASD keys. We'll make it like so. Okay, and with that in mind, we will also go gotta find the thing. Is zoning area structure. We are gonna have nice good old wood walls. This is your basic just survive. That's all that really matters right now. Here. And right now we'll just worry about having ourselves a nice wood door. That'll get made for this whole sort of thing set up. And actually, yeah, not enough stored. I'm sure it's going to give me that. I think there's actually another order. Like we have to like claim these walls, I think. So they're considered part of our territory. Sort of things. It's weird. That's that way you know. And then that way, now that we've done that, structure. We'll see if we have... Maybe we'll do steel here. And we'll have maybe an entrance through here. Because this isn't going to be our permanent shelter, if you will. Okay, but now that there's been the start of all this, and we've got ourselves working there, alright, and our warg is just going to hang out. It's all good. Let us unpause the game. We're starting off nice and slow just so everyone can check it out. So see, need colonist beds. Well, that's what's already been selected there, okay? They're basically kind of giving you this sort of thing to give you an idea of where you want to go. Learning the time controls. 1, regular speed. 2, faster speed. 3, 4. 3 is basically your look how fast they're going. we'll be spending a lot of our time on 3, but starting off so you guys can kind of see what's going on. What are you doing there, dog? Katsumi is social. Had a nice chat. Oh, they're talking to each other. Gear needs very low expectations. Feeling bad. Well, I'm sorry you're feeling bad. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they're doing. Oh, he's just wandering. Okay. Well, I admit that wandering is cool, Katsumi, and all, but we gotta get you to do something. I guess because I haven't selected anything to mine yet, so hey, you know what? That's on me. Plus you'll construct things, won't you? Yeah, he'll construct things too. You just won't, like, plant cut or something like that. So, have to check our supplies. Our supplies and our stockpile, so they're gonna have to go pick that up. So I think what we'll do here, just so he has something to do, is we're gonna be like, hey, you see all that? Go nuts. That's all you, sir. And he'll pick all that good junk up. We just double click all that, unrestrict it. Double click all this to unrestrict it. And beyond that, I'll start going at 1 so I can kind of have them work as I go. Power is nice, but I wanted to kind of structure. I still think that we have a bit more in the case for wood, if you will. And we'll try not to have it get in the way of this. See, look, a roof automatically got constructed. How nice is that? Okay, and then we'll do a regular door here? Yeah, that'd be fine. And then with that kind of idea in mind, this stockpile zone, expand home area, yeah. That's fine. Then the idea is that for our stockpile zone, which I think we could just click it, with like break, I have to check zones. Okay, expand allowed area. From what? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now I want to... You could rename this Stockpile Zone 1. Sounds good to me. Okay. Okay, yeah, I got that. Now I would like for this to expand. And then we can kind of just have this whole thing will be the stockpile area. Boom, there you go. And our warg just likes hanging out between here. Okay, now they're mining. Okay, now a little bit too much emphasis being put on mining right now. Because we got Eric doing it as well. Eric's actually really good at it, but we need to start planting crops because we only have so much, and that was like the one big thing that I definitely have screwed up on so far. So, we're going to quick pause the game just because it takes me a little bit to remember what I'm doing. And we will make our crop area. Let's see. The cool thing about it, since I chose a kind of easy to defend starting point, at least in terms of how it started, we're going to, and we'll worry about that eventually. Like, you just want to leave some space for it, but there's no big deal. We can make a nice, I say, 6x6. There we go. And a nice, see, you can't make it entirely out of the whole area. See how it's kind of, some of it gets covered up by other areas? That's fine now. Just gives us a little bit less to work with in some areas. But, and now that we're here, we have to design, we have to decide what is going to be the type of zone it will be. This is growing potato plants. Potato plants are kind of your classic every sort of food. This we are going to go for what do you call it? The healing thing. Basically, be able to make our own med packs eventually. I think corn's a good plant, right? And this one, it's got a little bit less. They used to have like, so you can plant more trees for when you're running out of stuff. Cotton for when you want to make some stuff. Hay grass, hey girl. Just make a potato, screw it. But the idea is that now our number one grower, let's just make sure that they're all set. Number one grower Eric is also a miner, but growing is way more important. So there you go. He's planting now, right now, see? So that's the way that it kind of goes. And it's going pretty good. Okay, I want to make sure that the home area is all set. I'm going to try to get out of the habit of always, what are you calling it? This whole area is make our home area. I didn't want to leave that. Did I make that a steel auto door? I think I did. Whoops. Oh well. But as soon as this is shut off, I believe that would have made this a roof. I have to check and see. Is this slowly deteriorating? Well, it's kind of hard to tell with what that stuff is. Maybe I have to claim some of the area around it. There it is. There they are. They're moving around there. Okay, claim it. Claim this land in Spain. We did. Okay, we can't really claim anything. So I'm assuming that this is actually covered and everything's all good there. And they're going to chop down trees automatically in order to make that work. Okay. Beyond that point, learn right clearing letters with right click. Okay. Okay. Maybe they're talking about up there. They must be talking about there. He is mining up a storm. Okay. This stuff, we gotta prioritize hauling some of this medicine. Yeah, he's... Okay, Kasumi is the one that's paying the butt and will not haul things. But it's getting near bedtime. They'll start hanging out, going towards their beds pretty soon. Although we do have lots of steel, so power will be something that we'll be able to build up. We need components and this fueled by hand. Okay. Well, we're gonna try something that's always one of those interesting things, is that we'll get ourselves a nice little area. Kind of like this being behind a defensive area, though, you know? It's kind of nice that way. But so be it. We'll kind of have ourselves our first solar built right here. And our first battery in here. Connect the two with a little power thing, and you can build inside the walls like this, because apparently I made this a steel auto door, so that's going to make that happen. So right now they're going all the way out there to eat, which is another problem of mine, because production-wise, furniture-wise, excuse me, they don't like doing that. They would much rather be eating at a table. So go like this, boom. Give them that, and here is some wooden stools y'all can sit on. That might get in the way, actually. So let's... How do I cancel it again? Cancel. Boom, just like that. Alright, so not everyone's going to eat at the same time, but right now they're cutting down trees to make all this happen. While everything is being gathered in the stockpile zone, you can choose what's being stored here. So the idea is that I'm allowing everything to be stored here, including rotten things, which is something that we'll have to make up our minds about a little later, about what we want to do. In terms of what's going to happen. But we got people crafting, we got people doing stuff, and let's check and see how all of our colonists are doing, so their needs. Is moods good? Because expectations, 8 without a table, see? That's why I need to get that table made. Right now the battery is being built so that we can store energy, because solar power isn't going to learn. Okay, medical operation, if we need... That's something we can learn about later. The idea is eventually, like, if someone, like, gets their legs sawed off, then you can, you know, help fix that a little bit later. Alright. And... Yeah, mining compacted steel... Could you help? Yeah, see, he can't do that. So he just... It's really funny. He's really good at mining, but he will... But, or she is really good at mining, but she will not, for the life of you, or me, or life of all of us, I should say, work on that. She is another thing. She's going to be hauling steel that we found right around the area to go make ourselves that solar panel, because it is 15 days in each season. It's currently spring, which means summer will be coming eventually. But we're building it. We're building it. I really like how Otto is just kind of hanging out here. Who's our animal trainer again? our handler is Katsumi. I have an idea. Why don't you... sorry. See, Katsumi can mine pretty quick. Remember, this is on normal. This is on 1 speed. But we have to actually click on them, training, and then we need to click everything that we want them to be able to do. Okay. Then that means that when Katsumi's got an opportunity, you can see how much he's almost done with that. So we'll give him a second. Almost done. Okay. Then, maybe I need to. Sometimes. Okay. No usable food. Oh. Okay, we'll have to gather some more food around there because he's not going to eat MREs, which is an important distinction to make. Which actually means, in my opinion, Katsumi, our #1 huntard, when you need to get them set up and ready to be drafted. Excuse me, I'm just trying to make all these things available. There we go. You, to hunt, look at all this wonderful meat that we have right here. Well, get them ready for battle. You press R, and you're saying, okay, I'm ready to go. Now you can directly control where this colonist is going to hang out. Oops, I think it's right-click. There you go. See, going around this way. Okay. Now, this is really more used for wartime, but what we're going to do is we're just going to say, yep, that's good to hunt. That's good to hunt, and let's go and let's just make sure that assigning wise are your work restrictions. That he's funny. #1 handler, miner. I actually made it this person. Okay, well, whatever. They're able to be hunted. So let's get this going. First solar panels built. Hurrah! Oh, Colin's going after some business right now, which is an interesting thing because the person with melee is not necessarily who you want to be going in melee style here to go attack this guy. Let's see how they do. There you go. Okay, are they fighting back? Ancient danger. Oh, crap. Okay, jump to location. When this pops up, okay, Colin draws near an ancient wall, sense of danger. Does structure may contain great danger. So this, they're basically telling me here, is bad. Don't go into there because there's something advanced in there that's going to be a problem. Oh, but now they're fighting back. No. Okay, you need to fire at the buck. Go. Boom. There we go. Okay, now you need to go rest. Okay. You're no longer... Oh, well, actually, you know what? You need to, cannot hold deer, no place configured to store it. Okay, that means we need to quickly, double-click here, storage, and we will do corpses. Corpses are tight, but we shall make the distinction that it will be animal corpses and not other people's corpses. I know you're bleeding, and let's see, how bad did she get hurt? You can see her health here. Yeah, she just got some bruises and a cracked right tibia. She'll be fine. Her moving is poor because of the leg. But don't worry, Dr. Kasumi will treat you very soon when you get back. And why don't you go hunt that deer? Oh, because I didn't make them a hunter. Which I totally should have made them a hunter, at least. Even if they don't have, like, the best thing at it, they should at least have, like, a 3 in it so that they're not going to be never going to hunt, that is. Unless you really don't want them hunting. So, yeah, go shoot a doe, a deer. There we go. Okay. Yep, okay, there's another little thing that they're trying to let us know right here. And it has gotten dark, so you can see we haven't really charged up much in terms of our battery. We don't really have much in the way of lights about what's going on. But the room stats toggle on the bottom right. See this? Toggle the room stats. So when we go into here, we can see that impressiveness is dull. The wealth is poor. The space is rather tight. Beauty is neutral, and it's a little bit dirty. And here, they just don't like it. The reason why that matters is some people are going to be real snobs. They're going to be like, I don't really want this, you know? I'm a big fan of this whole thing. Okay. Okay. And I think... Yep. Okay, cool. Kasumi's taking care of that. Now, good. You're dropping that off. Now, that is good, because we'll have to build some more things here. They're going to rest. Now, our main doctor is Dr. Kasumi. Okay, so basically go like this. And let's see, is he automatically going to treat? What are you deciding to do this? You're deciding that... Oh, you have to go grab the medkit. Good. They're prioritizing that. That's good. Eric is a workaholic. He just will not stop. It's like, dude, you planted the entire field and everything, and now you just want to keep on going. I like that attitude. It's a good attitude. Okay, anyway. Hopefully they'll go to sleep here. But right now, treating. So if you look at Colin, health right here. Right now we have Dr. Kasumi. She is treating her family member, and boom, these patches mean things went pretty well. We bandaged her pretty well. We used the good medicine on her, that is. But you know, kind of makes things interesting. Hey, look, they're saying hi to each other. They're having a conversation, and you can see needs-wise, or is it character, health? One of these things says, oh, social. Here it is. Had a nice chat with Eric. Had a nice chat. Oh, they're having a nice chat while they mine away. We are certainly not lacking for steel here. I just kind of like to watch little bars go. It's like, oh, yes. Yeah, we had a nice chat. We're feeling good. And you can see under their needs, it's like, well, in darkness, yeah, sure, that's the thing. Because their joy is not really great, if you will. Comfort is awful. But, oh, that's actually them mining. That's not their talking. But if they have a good conversation with one another, they'll actually, their social thing will, it goes up here. And, yeah, it makes it so that they're not going to get into fights. Because fights are bad. That's kind of the way it goes. Yep. Ah, see, Colin's already fully healed. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay, so, now, I wanted to kind of like, this is the first episode, I want to kind of show a little bit more of like, okay, surviving your very first day, the next thing that you really want to get done, and it's going to be a little difficult, if you will. Like, we need to chop that down, chop this down, chop this down, chop this down. But what we're going to do is that we're going to set up the production in terms of we need to have a butcher table, or else those deer are just going to be deer. Okay, or they're just going to be dead, I should say. It's really more accurate than that. Having it closer to, not the best placement by my part, but it's all ad hoc on the fly, so I'll take it. We'll go like this. That's where the butcher table is, and we'll say that the electric stove, which we will have power for eventually, should be close to this, I should say. We could go like this, actually. Kind of put them right next to each other. I kind of like that. Okay, and I wonder if that's going to need more power conduits in order to get to it. Let's see. I don't know, actually. Because we never connected this thing, did we? But they're all having a rest, so let's speed up time a little bit. You can naturally click off the whatever, blah, 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 blah. Got it. Everyone has a nice rest, and you can see the game's got a lot of nice little features. See the little shadows going across the way? Okay. And they're going out to pick up their food because they never prioritize picking up all those things. It's one of those things where I got a little ambitious and picked up things probably a little too quickly, if you will. Okay, hey, look, now that steel auto door, see, they can go through it faster. That's good. Good is that. Now, see, since Colin, and I have to get the sex of the characters right, for sure, because it's like, who's what now? Yeah, okay. Female, male, male. So it's 2 male. So Blaster is a male name, makes sense. Luddite and Vet are what? Okay, whatever. It's all good. They're all sleeping, taking care of business, learning medical operations. We already took care of that. But if we need to like really replace somebody, it also tells you what kind of assigned beds they have. Now, they are not going to always be super happy with sticking around beds such as these. See, Colin's just happily going away. Yeah, he's just basically building this. Now, really, what I think is missing is having somebody who's dedicated and hauling. And right now, she's relaxing socially. Why not? Go ahead. You go nuts. But the idea is that once you get the butcher table made, you get yourself a stove made. See, this is the thing. Okay, I think what we have to do to stop that particular problem, right, is we need to make sure that under storage, we can... Oh, that is delete the entire... I did. Under storage, we're going to make sure the stockpile zone from here to here is all going to be normal sort of stuff, allowing corpses. And we'll say that from this to this. Oh, that just added to it. Never mind. We'll go like so. And that just added to it again. I love how I do that. Cancel everything. Just go away. Delete zones. There we go. Okay. Definitely not my most efficient to the least. But the idea is, okay, then we'll change the stockpile. A new stockpile zone. Like around here. And then when you make sure that you cancel out of it, cancel out completely, this storage right here is going to be nothing. You basically want to, the easiest way to kind of do it is go clear all. And the only thing that's going to be here is foods. Raw food, whatever food, it's all good food. This one's going to do not allow human-like corpses, allow animal corpses. That's fine. Okay. There we go. Boom. Now that's all settled. So that way they're hopefully going to start hauling these things back in. So they're not taking, because they're eating their mobile packs all the way out there on the other side of the world, which is a problem. There you go. Okay, so this was our butchering table, was it not? You have to make a bill. The bill is going to be to butcher creature, and you're going to do forever. Just that way there's a supply of food around here. And is this connected? It looks like it's power rated, whatever. Okay, so the bill for this is we want to add bill to do simple meal, and we want to do that, let's say 6 times, and then maybe you should have it do until you have, there we go. We'll do it until you have 6. Yeah, there we go. Bam. Okay, so those bills have been made. Now we have to check to see who is our number 1 cooker again. That is going to be Colin. And I know you want to hunt, and you are... No. So the first thing that Colin's probably going to do is go cook. Let's see, what are you up to? Cooking simple meal. Yep. They're going to grab berries. It'd be really nice if we had these things inside of the building first, but we don't. I think it's because Eric, for a little while, this is a problem that I always run into, and other people don't have this problem nearly as much as I do, is I've noticed whenever I'm watching other people play, is Eric, you need to just haul, okay? I want hauling to be your number 1 piece of business, so that you decide to haul things, because there's certain things that need to get prioritized in terms of what gets done. But you see that these little meals are being made, and then that way they can pick up stuff, they can carry certain things on them. Boom! Got ourselves some meat. Simple meal, simple meal. Right now, bam, look at that, obedience. That actually just happened really fast. Kasumi just totally bonded with Otto and made things go. Eric is decided to cloud watch because they need some joy in their lives and they haven't done much else. Oh, the last thing I will do, I'll just kind of put it on a little medium speed here, is there's things that need to be done. You want to get power, you want to get some lights up in this place because seriously, and you want to actually get some security built up because eventually this place is there's going to be bad guys coming by and they can be a real pain in the arse, and that's kind of the whole idea. But is sun lamp really the best one? Is that the only kind of lamp there is? It's miscellaneous. Nope. Joy. The steel horseshoe spin. The steel horseshoe spin is tight. Okay, this thing exists primarily so that over here you can be it by the crops. I don't care. Make it so that they pretty much put together a place where they can help they can have more joy than just not having anything to do. See, we are not gonna have any steel problems. In fact, everything should be made out of steel from here on in. We got lots of food in the area. We got ourselves a start to a beautiful little colony, if you will. You know, it's kind of just interesting to see what everyone's up to. Hauling steel for the horseshoe pin. Yep, he's gonna make that. And then we have some more joy and such. And the architect thing. Is it power that I'm looking for? Power conduit. Because right now, even though these things are in storage, they're not necessarily being cooled. You have to kind of make a refrigerator. That's another thing in our journey to do. Power, production, hopper, this, zoning an area, furniture. Aha! Standing lamp. There we go. How about that nice corner there? And then we'll have it right here. There we go. There we have some lights in there, so they're not going to be so unhappy about their starting spot. Also, our animal does need a sleeping spot. We'll say it's right here. You'll get a bed eventually. So Otto can rest and relax because Otto is, you know, he's our faithful pet. What can I say? There we go. Some lights. See? Now they're no longer living in darkness, and that is good. Okay, so that is basically the gist for starting off. You see our resources are happening here. Prioritizing hauling has definitely helped. People are starting to actually move things a little faster. There's some things I probably want to try to pick up before it gets to be, too hard to pick up. Stuff like this. Probably try to get our main man here who likes to haul things. And haul that. Yeah, I want you to prioritize hauling those MREs because those are food that will be good. And prioritize hauling that stuff. Alright, there we go. Boom. And we'll see how it all goes in the future in terms of things. Well, the question kind of goes down to you guys is that there's lots of cool stuff that you can do in this game. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be a lot better than I am. At this. I got myself really obsessed for like a couple of weeks playing the game, but I never would be what one would call any good at it in layman's terms. So the idea is that you got an idea for what you want to see or good ideas for how to set up stuff. Let me know. My basic gist I'm going to kind of go for is I saw an opportunity here is that I was going to try to build kind of maybe the outer area and maybe build into the walls a little bit. Building into the walls is a risky business now because they now have a, what do you call it? They now basically have it so that you can dig too deep and you might find some nasty critters in there in your own, which makes life interesting. So it's one of those sort of things where it's like, let me know what you're interested in seeing. I think one thing that's probably going to happen is going to be the construction of the first, should I make it here? No, I want to make it like around here. We'll make the construction of the very first turret, and we'll definitely have to get some more power. Power is not going to actually be too much of a problem. We could do a couple different ways, but like wind turbines are actually really good. You just need to make sure that you have enough space to operate them, and that I think solar power will do us just fine for the interim, But anyway, point is that you guys let me know what you are interested in seeing, and I shall do my best to provide. And yeah, that's basically the gist. So let me know in the comments below what you think of RimWorld. And be prepared to see this game on Steam Early Access on the 15th. If you're interested in absolutely getting your hands on it now, this is Alpha 13. If you want to get your hands on it right now, I believe it's like $30. You just got to go through their website and do PayPal in order to take care of it. And then you are all set, my friends. And you could be having yourself be quite wondering what the heck is going on and why are your people doing this, and this could be you right now is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, next time, in the next episode, I'm absolutely positive some event will happen and we'll have to take care of it. I'm happy that I'm actually at a point where I'm building some defenses earlier than I would be normally, which is kind of cool. And there's a lot of cool things that will be happening in terms of how I want to settle up the score and make everything go. So anyway, that's it for my spiel. Hope you had a great time, and I'll see you next episode. Take care now. Cheers.